Wait. Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Now I'm here to answer any questions you children may have about the monorail.
Me! Can it outrun the Flash?
You bet.
Can Superman outrun the Flash?
Sure, why not?
It's the Al Travis Show. We have Senator Aric Putnam on the program. Quick side note, because I know you know Senator Hoffman really well. Been chatting with him. Chatting is wrong. Texting back and forth. And he has good days, bad days. It seems like more good than bad anymore. But between you and I, Senator, I think if you're a physical therapist, you're kind of like a dentist. I think in the back of your head, I think you like causing a little pain. I think there's thing there. Because he's not said this person's name. I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but his physical therapist is now not one of his favorite people. And if you know Hoffman, the guy's got an issue that he loves everybody, but he's not a fan. It's like physical therapy day. You know what I'm saying? Some people, and I know it helps people, so I know why you'd want to be in it, but I think in the back of your head, you're like, take this. Does that hurt? You know, if you're asking if it hurts, you're probably doing something wrong. Am I wrong? You're just laughing at me.
No, I mean, I'm thinking of it. I would not want to be John's physical therapist in particular. Like in general, that's a rough job. But doing that with John,
yeah,
I don't know. I think I might think I'd make some different life choices. If my job was doing physical therapy with John Hoffman.
And
think of a career option.
And I presume their rules, like John's wife Yvette could not be in the room. That woman's protective, and especially now. And I don't think I want to be somebody. Does that hurt? John yells, ow, and not have her come over the top of the counter and take me out. Just saying. Good people. But things are getting better. He's good days, bad days. All right. I think you're going to be with me on this in the long run, even though you're kind of in the weeds on this. Yesterday, the binary trigger thing, and I had to ask what that was. This is how much I cared, was in the omnibus bill in 2024. A judge said, can't have it. Can't be in the omnibus bill. It's too many things in there. It's all goofed up. And so I looked up the law. This is how simple this is. And you're a guy that teaches speaking for a living. Section 4. Article 4, Section 17. Laws to embrace only one subject. No law shall embrace more than one subject, which shall be expressed in its title. Boom, bingo, bango. And we have these 1,400-page bills. This binary thing, the straw thing, parental leave. I'm not a smart man, but I can tell you we might have busted the constitutional law on that one. And this is the first time people are getting caught.
Couple of things. So one, that particular law was actually pretty bipartisan because it came about because someone shot a cop.
No.
So like that bill itself was actually a pretty decent one. But the larger issue with this omnibus question, it's so funny. Like it's actively hysterical to see Republicans try to make this a partisan issue. Like it's embarrassingly stupid.
I don't think it's partisan. I think it's legislators versus the people, because this has been going on for 30 years. There have been Republicans in charge of doing this. Right. I think you guys called it omnibus prime bill or something through our 5 years. This is me speaking for the rest of us that don't like this. And again, the binary trigger thing, I didn't know it was really coming up. I don't know how I missed it, but I would have loved that to be a standalone. What does it mean? Stand on the floor and it does this and the cop got shot with, okay, vote her down. Let's move on. But we hide it in there now. It's this thing that may make the cards fall. If they decide to go to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court says, the owls are right, it's a pretty simple little law. We're going to go back to one subject, in every bill. Your guys' job gets really tougher. And I get that.
It's insane. It's almost undoable. I mean, it's, I think we had 4,000 bills last year or something like that. Like if we did every single bill individually, we wouldn't have the time to do it. And it's funny, like this is again, like a bipartisan thing. Like everyone's been doing this forever. I remember a couple of years ago when Jerry Miller was Senate president, they created the most ridiculous omnibus bill, putting together like total jurisdictions that had nothing to do with each other. And when I asked him about it, he's like, oh, we don't have enough rooms for all the meetings. So we had to put a couple together because we didn't have enough rooms to schedule conference committees, which I don't believe. That was crap. But the larger point is true, that we've got so much stuff going on that it does get stuck in one big bucket.
But for Al Al the knucklehead that just wants to know what we're actually voting about and why and what's getting passed. I would love that in that 4,000 bills come up, leadership in each committee, you're on the ag. We can't do the 65 of them. They're going to allow me to get through this 12. Pick the big 12 that we need to get done, the ones we're willing to fight on. And then you won't get 4,000 bills. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, the big ones rise to the top, the ones we've got to take care of right away. That happens. And maybe the bridge doesn't get renamed after, some guy who did whatever. That didn't happen this year. Going to have to wait another year because we aren't wasting our time. I'm okay with that. I don't know how you can even, I'm not a smart man. 4,000 bills? What 4,000 things did we need to change?
Well, probably 3,000 of them were the same thing, and people were just trying to take credit for the same thing. That's
all right.
Totally
Very,
possible.
very true. But I'm, and you guys, and you're all my friends, but I'm for this. I want this. I get it. They express it in the title, and the title becomes 3 pages long, so we put every word in it so everything can get it. I get that. That's what Brent said. But this was written for knuckleheads like me in 18, whatever it was, so that I could understand it. Laws are going to be one at a time. We're going to take this on a pace. And we've gotten this, the lawyers of our fine state that get hired into elected position, have gotten around this. We're a 1,400-page bill that, I can be honest, no one read through and through. Each committee and department had it and said, yeah, I'd check off on it. I'm okay with this. I want it to go back to the basics. I'm sorry if that makes it harder on you. If you want to get out, get out.
No, I think it makes total sense. I mean, it is. We've been like explicitly, overtly, obviously anti-constitutional for forever. So we either got to change the Constitution or we got to change the way we behave because now that we got caught. But I don't see what the alternative is, given how
yeah. See, but we've done it so long, we have to keep doing it this way. It's just a horrid argument.
Oh, it's the worst.
And then, and Senator Friend said, if I'm paraphrasing, but basically, if they go to Supreme Court, you're right. We read it. Al's correct. This thing doesn't count. The trouble we'd be in Minnesota with that bill being null and void until you guys can get back in and get back to work, it would cause some real problems. But I'm back to, how do we get so far down a road that if we do the right thing, then we're all in trouble and it'll be terrible? God, I hate that. I'm in a bad mood about all this.
No, I think you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong.
All right. Want to talk a little bit about the Texas redistricting and where your thoughts are on it, because it kind of falls in this same line. Easy for Texas to say, you guys did it. California says, we're going to do it because you guys did it. You can go back in history. Gerrymandering literally came out of like Maryland because the guy in Jerry who came up with the thing, looked so weird. They said, you got to be kidding me. It looked like a salamander, gerrymandering. And they came up with the word. This has been going on for the history of history. All sides believe it's wrong. But here we are. It's this same thing. Where are you sitting on the gerrymandering and redistricting? Because I think Minnesota's got its issues. I think congressionally it works out. I don't think it's fair. Have you and I talked about this? I don't think it's fair, what we've got, but it's even, right? 50-50 state, basically, and 50-50 are Congress people. But you look at some of the Senate districts, and you look at the last redistricting and who got kind of booted and who didn't. There's a lot of play here. This isn't just drawing lines. This is the simplest ways to make this work. What are your thoughts on redistricting?
Well, I think in general we do it pretty well. And in my world, I think it should be a nonpartisan redistricting commission who sets this stuff up. But there's a couple things going on here. One of them is that the lines were never perfect. They were never without bias. Like every line has always been that way. What frustrates me about Texas is that it's so obnoxiously, overtly, obviously a power grab, a partisan power grab. They're not even pretending that they give a crap about democracy. Trump
would that make it better if they at least pretended? Is that the point? Because there's like 6 states over in the East Coast of Maryland and Connecticut and stuff like that, which have 30-40% Republicans, but no senators and no representatives. So, I mean, this happens everywhere, and that's kind of my point. Maybe Texas is the first ones to say, we're big enough to heck with you. We're not going to pretend. This is what we're going to do. I don't know if it's refreshing. It's wrong. It's wrong. But here's how Al's redistricting goes. And I would do this across every state, and maybe some are different. Minnesota, you have the biggest 2 counties, right there. And I would V pie shapes out from there all the way up. So everyone running at Congress again, you have some people in the hinterlands, got some of those guys out in the suburbs. Then you got some dedicated city folk, right? And you've got it all. I don't know how you, but right now, like the first district is just 22, 23 counties across the entire southern Minnesota. Then you got to go up the western side for the 7th and across. Those 3 districts take up 2/3 of all of Minnesota. I mean, county-wise. So those people they're running their butts off over it. Good news, bad news. If you're the current person, it's better. But if you're a young buck wanting to get in the business and you're on the other side, you got to crush 23, 24 counties, and then if you get Minneapolis, St. Paul, and I think Ilhan Omar, her seat, I think it's only a county and a half, wide. Well, if you're new, you're fresh, you want to run against her, you could literally knock on almost every door. You get my point. I think it, even in Minnesota, which works out 50-50, I don't think it's really fair.
No, I'm totally with you. I mean, if you look at my congressional district, the 6th, it's a C. Like it's actually the letter C around the cities. That's totally absurd. But the part that frustrates me most about this is, Trump saying he's entitled to more seats. Like that's his language. He's entitled to more seats. No, you're not. You're not entitled to anything but death, people. That is all a human being is entitled to.
And taxes. You're going to get taxed. You're going to
get things that anyone is entitled to. And it's just so ridiculous. And the reason why I'm still talking about this is I've just yesterday, I got probably 15 form emails from someone who's kind of trying to stir the weeds on this one. And they're all, stop that partisan power grab in California. Seriously? Come on, man. Just learn to read. Learn to read and go figure something out, because that is just absolutely asinine.
Oh, that is so funny. Because that is exactly why this becomes a thing. Texas going to do Texas, and they bring it up like you say, Trump thinks he's owed it. Okay, they go do their thing. Honestly, I think 99% of Americans like, whatever, but then California caught it. You do that, we're going to do this. It's like 6-year-old, I had boys, 2 6 and 7-year-old boys going at it in the weirdest art. You do that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, and the little hit you a little bit, and then you hit a little harder, and it's asinine. It's absolutely the craziest thing ever. We think you're wrong for doing it, Texas, so we're going to do it too now. It just, where does it stop people? When do the adults show up in the room? Would be my question.
I'm with you. They haven't yet. I mean, when you talk about Senate districts, mine looks ridiculous, but it's legit 50-50. When we redistricted about a couple years ago, which I think was the right thing to do. Like we have 2 House districts. Both of them are probably 50-50. And the purpose of redistricting, though, isn't to make it fair for the parties. Like that's not what redistricting is supposed to be. Yeah. It's not supposed to be a power grab for an individual like it is now, or a child like it is now. And it's also not supposed to be about partisan parity. It's supposed to be about communities, and it hasn't been for forever. But it worked out pretty well where I'm at.
And just to carry this on for a second, I think the way we district as well gives more prudence to where you live. City folks, we believe, have a different need than we out here in hinterland. So we'll make them this and this. Why wouldn't you want a congressman or a senator to have that full, from Twin City folks to suburb folks to out here in the hinterland, all under their realm, so you can hear what all of them need, and you can say this more rounded, have a bigger look, because there are seats downtown Minneapolis, St. Paul that are going to be what they are, and they're never going to change. They're just set up that hard. And I don't think we learn anything from that.
No, I think you're 100% right. I mean, when they did redistricting last time, there's different partisan maps and different maps that get promoted as possible new maps. And the GOP put together, some GOP aligned people put one together. It was literally cut around my house. It was one block in each
You don't live in the
around
district.
my house. It was literally just around my house. And it put me in Rockville and Paynesville. It was one block in each direction of my house. Take that neighborhood and combine it with like Wilmer. It was absurd.
But none of us do it. This is kind of like back to the one bill, one law. We know better. We just don't do better, and it's too bad. We'll go to break back after this. I've got him, Senator Aric Putnam.
Dust from gravel roads and driveways does more than make your car dirty inside and out. It gets down into your lungs, and it's bad for your health. Now there's an environmentally friendly solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control all your summer dust problems with just one application. Protect your vehicle and your lungs. Learn more at dustlock.com.
Step into a world where magic and merriment come alive. Discover fantastical creatures, behold thrilling jousts, and meet your favorite characters of old. From rib-tickling gestures to spellbinding performances, the adventure never ends. Make memories that will last through the ages at the most magical village on earth, the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. Plan your visit today at renaissancefest.com. Huzzah!
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
Grateful to have him on the program with us. He is Senator Aric Putnam. How much we want to walk the line today, my friend? The story I want to ask you about, I don't know what I don't know, and I need you to tell me, because you're that fancy school you teach at. What do you teach? You're professor of? What is your title?
I don't know, really, some days. I have to figure it out by next week as we go back to school. I teach about public argument. Officially, that's what I do.
Though this is the strange argument for me. So did you see that, I don't know what her first name is, Sweeney ad, where she put on the American Eagle jeans and said, they said she had great jeans. Now, this is going to give me so much trouble. I don't know if I necessarily think she is as gorgeous as everyone does. Obviously, great shape. I mean, you could put her in nothing, she'd look fine. But I read it and I said, yeah, she's got great jeans. She's in jeans. And this went off me like a second later, never even thought about it. It is getting op-ed pages today about how racist and insensitive and all this other stuff. And I think to myself, you're a marketing guy. We can sign this girl up who's got a following and get her in, and their market cap went up $200 million because of that kicky little phrase. Am I missing something because I wasn't offended? Maybe I'm not the one to be offended in this, but we've gone too far down the road where a jean commercial can put us over the top and mad.
So, like, this is actually something that I do teach about, and
that's what I thought.
That, no individual ad is the end of the world. Like if you want to make an argument about how this ad connects with other ads and other public discourse, and then suggest
In a
it's
big
like implying a
yes,
kind of racist thing,
sure.
then make that argument. But but flipping out over one individual advertisement is not intellectually honest. I think that's more kind of our just general political environment right now, where we like to freak out about stuff. But
Eh,
the anti freak out has also been kind of ridiculous when you see people say like, "Oh, the left just hates to see a pretty white person." We finally have a pretty white person in an advertisement. Shut up.
Well, see,
That's
but that's it. To me, it
ridiculous.
was the phrasing. It was the marketing genius who said she's got good genes. We meant you can hide. She's American Eagle genes. They're good genes, and we didn't mean anything by it. The genius of that is that we've had pretty people advertising everything for forever. When's the last time you saw an ugly person trying to sell you a Corvette? They don't. I mean, we put pretty people in our ads, so we get to be pretty like them if we buy the product. Nothing new, in my opinion, with that. It was the idea that she has good genes, and now it's euthanasia and it's eugenics, and it's like, oh God, it was just, to me, a great play on words and made them $200 million. And maybe maybe missing the whole boat, but I didn't get offended. Sorry.
No, I think there's a lot of overreaction in both directions there.
Oh, completely agree.
Take on that one.
And then
But
you see
speaking
other
of ugly
memes where,
people selling Corvettes. Do you want to buy one?
no, my point is, as on the other side, as an ugly human, when it comes to the factoring, the below 5 or an over 5, I'm on the bottom side. We get used to it. Oh, another pretty person on an ad. Oh, another pretty person having a party at the beach, drinking the Mountain Dew. I get it. I'm not invited to those things. I'm over it. I don't hang on to it. Well, here I'm talking about it, so maybe there's a little something here. Get a Dr. Phil moment. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm out of time.
Great to see you.
He's Senator Aric Putnam on the Al Travis Show.